welcome to the EST Hangout.
This is the EST Hangout, and today's guests are... It's the EST Hangout. Let's try that again. Tom Gazzola, Milne and Zachticum. There he is in his Crocs and his socks.
Crocs and socks. My God.
We're all rocking shorts because it's a beautiful summer day. We've got Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Final tonight. Oilers looking to stay alive. Keep those Stanley Cup hopes alive. Force a Game 7. The Hangout brought to you by 2 Hoots Hard Iced Tea. Oh, so good. 2 Hoots Hard Iced Tea, a Boulder Real Brew Tea. Don't just give a hoot, give 2. My goodness. You're a mess today, Zach. What is going on?
I must admit, I've come into this office since October.
Yeah.
And I've never seen more of a, like just a sense of despair.
Yeah.
Urgency, sadness, mopiness.
Awful footwear choice.
I mean, geez, socks and
that
Crocs.
really hurts me. That last comment really hurts
Well,
me.
you did it to yourself,
You do it to yourself.
Yeah. No, I'm a little bit rattled today. I usually come
Why?
in, like, give myself a few minutes to get prepped, get in, get a cup of Joe, whatever, get some 2 Hoots in me, and
Cup
loosen
of
up
Joe.
a bit.
You literally have a beer behind the 2 Hoots box.
Yeah.
You can have some if you need.
I think you
It takes
should.
the
I
edge
think you
off.
should.
I'll take a sip. Yeah.
No, like, please.
This is the pressures of
Please.
being on the Hangout.
It's going to be better for everyone.
Yeah. My goodness. Get this man a cigarette.
Yeah. Anyway, who's got darts?
Where's the nicotine?
Someone's got darts.
Where's some Nick?
I know the guys at the Russian spa downstairs have darts for sure.
They smoke like tiny cigars. Have you noticed
Cigarellos?
that? I don't know what they are, but
Victor
they're
and the crew?
Yeah, they're not like, like a cigarette would be white.
Yeah.
These are like little mini cigarellos or something.
And they smell like grape. Like
Well, those
I've
are
walked by.
cigarellos. Those have to be
Okay,
cigarellos.
okay. Then those-
Okay, yeah, I've seen them, like, they're really tightly done up. Like, it looks like a mini cigar.
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
Cigarello.
I don't know. I've seen them smoke
Do you
normal
need one?
cigarettes.
To
I
ease
do.
the
Yeah,
tension.
you want me to go ask Victor?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm good now.
Sometimes they
I got
watch
my
and
Crocs
listen.
on.
You got
Now
your
that
Cro-
I'm settled, like, calm waters are coming.
we got the show up and running.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Awanik's
That was
probably
on me.
watching in frustration right now.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Canada 2-0 defeat at the hands of Argentina last night in Copa America action. That's the farthest we're going to go with soccer talk today, by the way.
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah, we're done. Messi. Great. That's it. We're done.
He wasn't even on the sheet. Is
No,
that what
he
they
was
say?
all over it, though.
Yeah.
All over it. He was all over it. Missed a couple opportunities. Watched that game. Looked like a great crowd, great atmosphere. We'll see if Canada can bounce back in its second match. No more soccer talk. Game 6, Stanley Cup Final. The buzz is real in the city.
Let's
and
go.
Beautiful day.
Yeah.
The hype has been building, obviously. I feel like people are probably going to be off work and like they don't care what their bosses tell them by 1 o'clock today. Seriously, I think that's going
I
to...
almost did that today.
Like, even traffic in. I know you got caught up at, like, Henday and stuff, which is, why are the cones out there if nobody's working, you guys? Let's schedule this properly.
I was thinking
Or were
about
they
that
working?
on the way. Like, there's nobody working, so they closed
Yeah.
it down to 2 lanes, and then a little bit farther up, maybe 200-300 meters later, it would go down to 1.
Yeah.
But
Is there-
there's nobody working on that side. But then they merged the lanes onto the other side to make it
So you
one
gotta
lane.
s-
So
you
you have
gotta
to go on the
chicane
other
kinda.
side. Yeah, because on that bridge just after that, this is by Rabbit Hill,
White Mud Creek.
Road. White Mud
Boom.
Creek. Yes, exactly. I've lived in the city my whole life. I didn't Didn't know where I was driving.
Oh my goodness!
I knew,
we need
but I
Pauline
didn't.
Higgins in here. Stat.
You know what?
great.
I was on the morning show yesterday, and LTE
were great,
was
by the way.
asking for Pauline Higgins
She's phenomenal.
because
She always was so bubbly,
yeah,
and like we
could
would
use some Pauline Higgins in
we
our
could
life.
definitely. Pauline, if you're listening, we miss you.
Zach, I'm gonna tell you something, okay? And I want you to listen. You're gonna be late in life sometimes, okay? It's gonna happen.
To me, a lot. Continue.
That's just on time for you.
It's
though.
gonna happen. The only two things you can do to change that is A, leave earlier, or B, accept it and own it and be okay with it. You know, you're not perfect. I mean,
You're
look
close.
at your outfit. You're not
Yeah.
perfect. You're wearing
Come on,
socks and
seriously?
Crocs.
You don't respect the Minecraft giblets or what are they called?
Well, I hope my
don't know.
kids
I don't
are
know
watching
what those are.
because they would appreciate it.
Well, I have an Enderman. I got Steve from Minecraft as well, and then a pig,
These are not
a
real
creeper,
things.
and Alex from Minecraft. So two of the main characters, the best mob, and then a pig. Yeah.
Back to what I was saying, Zach. You know, so you're gonna screw up. You're gonna have mess ups, and
Yeah.
you just need to own it, and then deal with it and get on and
Yeah.
move on.
Yep.
Don't let those feelings harbor inside of you and take over your body. Just move on.
See,
Serenity now.
it's the worst thing.
You're
you
in a
can
good
do.
place. This is
Thank
of any place that you could show up late and get immediate forgiveness. It would be here.
This is
Tom's
the
been doing it since September.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Maybe before that. No.
Well, probably before then, but it's really become my thing since we started this station. Just embrace it. Yeah. You're
Just
a
be
creative mind.
comfortable in your own skin.
Yeah, that's right.
You're
You
okay.
be you.
We love you,
You
Zach.
be you.
Well, right before we click the buttons to go on, you're like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like,
We're worried
"Yeah,
about
I felt
you."
fragile.
I'm a little
Yeah.
worried about you. I've never seen you this rattled.
because I'm
Let's
trying to
send-
be on
honest.
time. So
Let's send some positivity
Yeah,
Zach's
send some
way.
positive.
Zachticum needs it. 780-218-9999. How you feeling today, Oil Country? Tell us. And in the nasty chat. Jay's monitoring the nasty chat.
Yeah, I'm on it. I'm
Okay.
on it. If you
I've
have
got the
recommendations
text
how Zach can become more Zen-like,
Yes.
you know, double
Fire
3A is in on the nasty chat. Says my daughter will appreciate these.
yeah,
In referring to your Minecraft tokens on your Crocs with socks.
yeah, they're
he
called
says-
gibbets.
Soap Kirk says, "Stay young, Zach. We like you for who you are."
Aw.
James B says, "Stay young, Zach. Enjoy life while you can." Matthew Kachuk, "Hey, pretty boy, play my song." No,
I don't play songs unless you're talking about Zach or Jay. They could play a song. Are you calling them pretty boy? Probably.
if you have any life advice, I'd say let's obviously we're going to be talking Oilers here, but if we have
Yeah.
life advice for young Zachticum, how old are you?
20.
20. If you have life advice for a 20-year-old Zachticum, send it in now.
Yeah, send it in.
I would say first life advice is don't be a fool, wrap your tool.
That's good life advice.
That's bona fide life
Yeah.
advice, brother.
You don't want those unexpected trip to the doctors.
No, we don't want those for young Zachticum.
No. Stay clean, my friend.
Neither do I. No.
Yeah.
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 All right,
just
send in your life
gotta
advice
wear
for
a helmet.
Zachticum.
Yeah.
When you're skating, when you're doing anything, yeah. Stay safe.
Protect yourself. Yeah.
Protect yourself.
Stay alert.
Before you
stay
wreck
safe.
yourself?
Yeah.
Hey, did you?
Go on.
Snoop Dogg was here last night,
The
right?
D-O-double-G. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Did anybody see any? Like, I did not see a lot of socials or.
I saw a
update.
ton.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah. Well, the bus was parked. Sarah Volley had a photo of the tour bus. I saw a bunch of people posting videos and pictures of Snoop in Georges Larac vintage Mitchell and Ness jersey.
Okay, can you explain this? Because
Go
apparently
on.
George Larac and Snoop have somehow partnered or coexisting on this Canadian swing of the tour. Like,
They have like a T-shirt collab that I saw. Georges Larac. It was like Death Row Records, but it was George punching someone in the face from his Oilers days.
wow.
So I don't know. Georges Laroc's we did an event with him, the Bids for Kids Sport the other night, and he was great. Like he's taken his career as a fighter and turned it into more than that. He's a media personality. I think he ran for office in Quebec. His lifestyle, like I think he went vegan, and he's between here and Montreal. So he has kind of like some star power to him, and I think he's got a lot of connections through his years of playing hockey and now being in media because he has a radio show in Montreal. And so I think that's kind of how it came to be. And you know how when artists come through town and, they'd play Rexall Place back in the day, the players would want to go see them and they would hang out, get a tour.
Sure.
He was kind of one of those, like an ambassador to the team.
Very cool. Very neat.
I think you just maintain those relationships. And
it's just so weird, but neat.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the Oilers at one time, and Gager was one of them, had like 5 black players on the team. It was like the turn of the century, 99, 2000, 2001. And I know that was something that got some media traction, and deservedly so, obviously. So I think it's like connections like that. I'd have to get the story from George to actually know, but I would assume maybe he met him on the road in LA or something like that. But yeah, like he's good at making an impact, and I mean, you can't not notice him. He's a huge human being, and he's a
massive
teddy bear, and he's very outgoing. So I think that's probably how that relationship began, and he just kind of harnessed it. And Snoop Dogg seems like a legitimate hockey fan. He's at games in LA. He's at games in Anaheim. He knows. He tried to be a part of the group that bought the Ottawa Senators.
Yeah.
Did not win the bid, obviously. It was Michael Anlauer. But so there's all these tie-ins there. Friends
Very
of
neat.
friends type of thing. So that's the interesting part. But yeah, I saw a lot of social media about Snoop. I'm guessing it was a good show. I saw people going to the show last night. Like a good mix of people, like older people, younger people. Smelt a little bit funky around downtown. You know what I'm saying?
Know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Bruh.
Jay to the ROC would be happy.
Yeah.
Our dear friend Jonathan Torrens, big thanks to him for hopping on last week. That was great. So yeah, I don't know. I saw a lot of
little skunky downtown.
little skunky. Yeah.
Yep.
There's the funky cigarettes.
Some funk,
Yeah.
Okay, great advice for Zach. My belt is older than Zach. That comes in from Box Pounder. This one here was really good. I gotta find it.
I have
Oh
one.
yeah.
Okay.
Our
go ahead.
Jess said, keep your Crocs, visit your grandparents, and go with your gut.
Our Jess Jackson from the Bear, obviously. That is great advice.
She's
one
that is
that's
so
lovely
good.
advice.
full of wisdom. She's great.
You know,
Thanks
I
for
have
respecting the Crocs.
yeah. I mean,
I
guess
can't do the same, but
what she's saying is just you be you, dog.
you be you.
And be comfortable in your own skin.
Yeah.
I am.
We're turning that frown upside down right
Yeah,
now.
see how much this is good
I'm
for you. This
smiling
is
now.
liberating.
Right?
Yeah,
Glue
you are.
eye.
This feels like a group therapy session right now.
Well,
I've never
I
been-
don't
no,
want
I'm
it to be a
kidding,
group
I'm kidding.
necessarily therapy session, but I care about you and you know you're young. I mean, geez, you're half my. Oh my God,
Yeah.
you're
He's
over half my
03.
age.
I was
The day I was born,
17.
Call of Duty came out.
I mean, if 20-year-old Tom Gazzola,
Let's talk about Paul. Actually. I'm kidding.
if 20-year-old Tom Gazzola could talk to dear young Zachticum. I mean, I mean, it's like
What would he say?
what, but you
Let's go get messed up.
yeah.
That's what I'd be saying. That's what 20-year-old Tom was doing, especially when the Edmonton Oilers were in a Stanley Cup run.
in 06, yeah.
In 06, yeah.
You
I
know,
was 20.
if even at 42-year-old Jay, I would say exactly that kind of sentiment, that kind of attitude that Jess was talking about. Like, who cares? You know, life's too short.
Yeah, man.
It really is. If you want something, go get it. If you know, be passionate about what you're if you like your Crocs and socks and
gibbets.
and gibbets,
That's what
Gibbets.
the gibbets.
then rock
Yeah,
it.
it's weird
Own
to-
it.
Oh, I
Because
love
who
these.
cares? Yeah, just you be you.
But you do have to get a driver that isn't a $4.50 thrift find because we need you to smack the ball out there.
Have
Yeah.
you seen his swing?
I don't want to.
Hey.
It's not
He-
ready.
hey man, he could hit the best. He could hit what's Murray got out at the ranch? Their Titleist
Tailor-made
a tailor-made performance center. He could hit the best driver, handcrafted by Mr. TaylorMade.
Mm-hmm.
And with that swing, I'm sorry, it ain't leaving the tee box.
Hey, Murray gave me some tips.
I
on
witnessed
Monday.
it
Yeah.
and documented it.
and I'm prepped. Like I feel 100 times better. I'm gonna score 150, and I'm playing tomorrow.
Good. Where are you golfing?
Tea time 105. I think. Oh, we're in between a couple Twin Willows.
Oh, Twin Willows, yeah.
Maybe I'm not sure. They're up in the air about a bunch of them. I'm like, I don't know which one's good. You guys let me know. I'll show up.
Just get out there.
My iron covers.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. You should not be boasting about having iron covers. Get rid of them if you do actually have them.
Hey, I'm being me.
Yeah. I suppose I'm going against that.
Gotcha.
You be you. If you want iron covers, you do that, okay? I support you.
Cattail Crossing, actually.
Cattail. Go say hi to Gordon.
Gord. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gord from Elite Promo.
Yeah.
Hey, you're bad at you're either you have to be really good
Yeah.
or super bad and like self-aware to have iron covers. So I think you're there. Good job.
Touche.
Well, I had them on, and then I took my golf bag out when my buddy showed up. First time we went for tea time, the last time I played, and then they stopped me and said, "No, we're not playing with you unless you take those off. Like, there's no way you have."
I
these
respect this very, very much.
It's a
It
good
doesn't
friend.
matter what course you're playing at. You're just getting out there and you're playing. Dusty and I were blown away by the fact you were boasting about shooting a 181 the other day.
On. I wasn't boasting. I was proud that I went out and had fun.
Oh,
I wanted
okay,
to
but you
share
weren't boasting about your score.
I got the highest score.
Yeah,
what do you
that's-
mean? No, I'm kidding.
You probably had the high round of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done.
Of the week.
I actually I would love to have seen a live stream of that to figure out exactly how you get to that score.
Yeah,
I put a GoPro on and go out there.
just fast forward it like in
I would
triple
do it.
speed. Yeah, I'd
I
watch
think
at least
it'd
a
be.
few
I
minutes
would.
of
I
that.
would probably tune in.
I'd tune in for a few minutes. But you be you. You be you.
To gather more Zen, Zach, every morning when I wake up at 5 a.m. when my alarm goes off, before I get up out of bed, I do a 10-minute meditation to a morning meditation YouTube video.
Ah.
That's from Ty.
Huh. That's see,
You know,
I've
the
never
fellas
gone
were
to
talking
this.
about yoga and whatnot on the morning
Yes.
show there. Have you done yoga?
I have not gone to a yoga class, but I have discovered yoga. Like I'll watch YouTube's great as a resource for this. I've found like a 10-minute yoga post-workout routine for after hockey. And I love it. And
Like stretching and
it's good stretching and breathing.
Yeah.
I've not done like a hot yoga session or anything. I'm intrigued by it, and the older I get, and like my back kills me still. I gotta go see a chiropractor or something.
Well,
But
what if you just did yoga and actually?
maybe it helps fix it.
Yes, I
and
bet you it would.
It might. It might be like imbalance or something, or favoring
loosen
one
you
leg or
up.
the
Have
other.
you done
Yeah.
yoga?
I guess I've done it on my own time. Funny enough, I used to have long hair and stuff, so
I
it
remember
it was
this.
fitting. Yeah,
Yeah.
That was when Tom met me. I had the
You were on our
long
street
hair.
team.
Yeah, I had long hair down to here.
Yeah.
chopped it, and then I had it up to my shoulders, and then chopped it in September this year to where it is now, and I've been cutting it ever since. But I was kind of I looked like one of the yogi guys or whatever you call them, like a yoga instructor.
Yeah,
I
you
probably
kind
could.
of did. Very granola.
Yeah.
Yes.
Show up with my, shaking my Crocs and stuff, a man bun or whatever.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But
Very at
I've
ease.
participated, I guess, in some yoga. Not any meditation though. Like I could do the stretching.
Well, then
and
you've never
stuff.
done
I love
yoga.
Stretching. But isn't yoga just doing
No.
stretching?
I would.
and then
I would.
the breathing.
Breathing, mind.
The hardest thing
that's hard.
because
Yeah.
I was doing yoga for a while, and I really do want to get back. And maybe I should give myself my own advice and just do it, because when you're doing that, the point. I think obviously it's good for your body, stretching, move, but the point is to just be at peace, and don't think about your daily.
You get it out.
Your day-to-day job
Yeah.
or your troubles that, whatever might be in your mind
Yeah.
that is causing you to not just sit there and think about yourself.
Get wound up. So this kind of
It's hard to
loosens
do,
you
but
up.
when
Oh, yeah.
you get to that point and you can just literally be there with yourself and breathing and moving, it's very liberating, I must say.
I've come
But it's
to
hard to
appreciate
do.
that because like I'm very like temperamental. Like I'll play sports and then I'll be like, oh crap, I'm sore as hell. Why didn't I do something? And I found out you do yoga stretches and get your breathing down, and that helped a lot. But now I understand where the breathing seems like such a simple aspect of it, but when you do it, you're actually focusing on everything in the moment, on making sure that your body's right and you're taking care of yourself, and it kind of helps alleviate the outer noise.
Oh, huge.
I have found, at least in my older.
Yeah, but it's weird how like I think commonly you'd think that yoga, you go stretch, it's hot, whatever, but no, it's like it's actually a mental battle.
Yeah.
To be able to shut your brain off, which is hard to do.
I agree.
But
I don't even breathe properly, I guess, when I'm running. Like I try and just find the breath. Because when I'm jogging, which I don't do very often, sometimes I'm like, sure, I'm going to go do it. I'm going to feel great. And then the entire time I'm hating myself. I'm like, this sucks. This sucks. But by the end of it, it's like, wow, that was very relaxing and your body's going through it. And then you stretch after and before and whatever. But the breathing.
That brings me to my next life advice. Health is wealth.
Yeah.
Don't ever forget that.
Yep.
You can have all the money in the world. You can be a billionaire, private jets, whatever you want. But if you're not healthy and like mentally healthy and at least trying to better yourself or, being active, it's not really worth it.
Health is wealth, and that's kind of why I wanted to bring up the yoga thing, because I've got buddies that have bad backs and they're injured. 38 years old. We shouldn't be like walking around like 55-year-old men, 65-year-old men. And then I also know people, former colleagues, and all they did was work their entire life, some of it physical labor, and they walk around like they're 80 years old. And I'm like, well, how do I try to give myself more time and be healthy and using that health is wealth mantra? And you want to be able to be limber and fit? Yoga. And alleviating the stress in your mind.
Like that's a hard thing people realize because they want money so bad. And I guess I'm already on that track in a good sense where health is wealth because, I mean, we're in radio. Come on. Where's the money? No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. But
health is wealth.
Yeah, I'm
Where's the money?
Doing what I'm passionate about as well, which also helps mentally because you're at work most of the time, right? You spend time with your family and stuff, but most of the time you're at work. A lot of your life revolves around what you do at work because it's a commitment that you have to be there and this, and everybody needs money. So
yeah, you do. You need that.
Money makes the world go round. Yeah, better get it.
Money's important.
Yeah,
there's no denying that, but it's not everything.
No, that's true.
It's certainly not. I mean, I'm a lucky dude. I have a beautiful wife and 3 daughters. I've got a great family. I'm lucky. I mean, very, very, very. To me, that's wealth.
That's wealth.
Oh yeah,
that's beautiful.
That's the most wealth that one could. I mean, it sounds sappy and cheeseball, but you can ask me any time of the day. I will say the same thing. Like to me, I'm rich.
I love it.
Yeah, you could have a private jet, win the lottery, but you could be the most unhappy person in the world.
Right. I've seen this before. This was beautiful. It was a very kumbaya start to the show.
Yes.
Now I'm all zen.
You're zen. We got Zachticum to be in a better mood. He was all flustered. Jay has helped center him. And the advice that our nasties have provided, we appreciate so very much. Before we get to Hangout headlines, because we have a lot to talk to.
We got to talk about this game, Tom.
We're getting news coming down from Rogers Place. We're going to get to that right away. And then some other tidbits that are Oilers related that we want to get to. But I want to ask you this first before we proceed to Hangout headlines. How was Jespo's golf tournament yesterday? You were there. Damon Bunting was there. I saw the folks from Nexar and Sean Bell were there. Sierra from Global was there. I saw all these posts and I was like, well, first of all, thanks for the invite, Jespo. I wouldn't have been able to make it anyway. But secondly, give us the down low on the golf tournament over at the ranch.
Yeah, at the ranch. I went on a mission to find Murray just to give him a hug, and he was actually at a pro-am yesterday. So he wasn't.
Where was he playing?
I don't know.
Wait, so he wasn't there?
I spoke with one of the managers there, and I was kind of starting to rip him because I'm like, "Where's Murray?" Like,
Get the Murdog out.
But he was actually playing in a tournament, so I hope he did well, Murray. It was exceptional. I mean, the tournament that Ryan Jesperson puts on is always fun. It's with purpose. Mm-hmm. There is a reason that you're all there. You're supporting the Julie Rohr Scholarship Fund.
Right.
And kind of a nice touch is after the round. I mean, you've all golfed and you've had your fun on the course, but then coming back into the dinner after, the recipients of the funds that are raised are there, and they get a chance to speak. and it's cool. It's really good. Jespo always does it first class. I mean, so
he's a showman and a good host, and he's very
he's just
hospitable.
very hospitable. Yeah. So, you get my mother-in-law dropped us off because it's one of these things where it's at the ranch. I live the exact opposite direction, so I can't be driving late at night doing this tournament and then getting it. No, it's not happening.
Yeah.
But Jespo does a good thing. He gets a limo bus. We filled it up, and then we all go back to his studio downtown.
That's perfect.
After the dinner and everything, and it was a riot. It was a hoot. Very, very good job. I think this is the third he's done.
Yeah, it's a newer thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the Real Talk, know, and it's phenomenal. It's a really good tournament, and Belsey was there. So get this, I'm sitting on the patio. I just had registered. Mm-hmm. They serve wicked lunch there too. Go grab lunch, go grab a beer. Sitting on the patio, and I see in a distance, I'm like, who the hell is wearing an Edmonton Sports Talk Elks edition, the green one? And I'm like, who? And then he starts coming up the stairs, and I'm like, oh shoot, that's a big dude. Belsey.
That's Belsey.
My boy Bell. He was there. We crossed paths many times on the golf course.
Excellent.
Took a bunch of selfies.
Just good dudes.
Just dudes being dudes.
Being dudes on the golf course, having a good time, raising money in support of a great cause. That was a fresh hat, too. He picked it up on his way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Had to get the approval from Matthew Bartholomew Awanek for him to have it, because there's only 2 left. Remember, you were concerned about that?
Yeah, there was a few back there, and I'm like, oh, can Belsey come take one of these?
He can take one of those. But yes, so it got the blessing of Matthew, who oversees all the merch. And yeah, he has one of the rare ones. So
Lars said, looks like hangout day at the hangout. Too many shorts there's, fellas.
Lars, come on, man.
Lars,
it's going to be like 25 degrees out there. We got finally a nice summer day, and we got some dudes wearing shorts. That's what happens. Look at these
now,
glizzies.
how short are these short shorts?
Well, mine are pretty short, but they're not that short. Jay's are riding up. Yours are kind of riding up.
Nah.
At least we had the decency to wear proper footwear outside of Zachticum, but he's being him.
Geez, Zach,
I
would say get outside a little bit more. I may need some. I
need to get a
sunglasses
tanning bed
in
up
here.
there.
For
I
sure.
don't have any farmer tan or anything.
Did Andrew Cogliano retire?
That's
Oh,
excuse yourself. Yeah. That will be struck from the record. Stricken from the record. Thank you very much. Let's get to Hangout headlines. Brought to you by the good folks over at the Ranch Golf and Country Club, offering premier conditions, top-notch service, and unmatched value. Book your tee time today by visiting theranchgolf.com. That's where we're going to have our EST golf tournament July 9th. It's going to be absolutely tremendous. It's sold out. What are you laughing about?
I'm golfing in that.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, with Curtis Stock.
Oh, boy. Yeah. He's going to hate you.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be great.
You better be really nice to him in the two shows you do with him.
I'll let you get to this, but you need to put a GoPro on your head for that.
Okay.
Stock
is going to be all over you. He's going to be all over you.
I don't know who else I'm golfing with, but Matthew was like, so did you want to golf in that tournament? And I'm like, yes, I would love to.
This is going to be
He's
fun.
like, you're in a group with Curtis Stock. And in my head, I'm like, he's just going to rip me to shreds.
Yep. That will happen.
It's going to be so good.
Yeah.
I told him I hit a 181, and he's like, wow, an 81 for your first time? I'm like, no, Curtis, 181.
And then did he have a heart attack and you had to resuscitate him?
No, he was fine. He was in awe for like 2 minutes.
Wait till he finds out you're golfing with him. All right, let's get to Hangout headlines. Let's start with the one that Jay already let the cat out of the bag, but that's fine. We're all here to be zen with one another because it's a Friday. It's a high stress Friday for oil country, and nobody's holding any grudges.
All right, I disagree with your take, but go on. I don't think it's stressful at all.
I'm very excited.
Why would
about
you be
tonight.
stressed if you're an Oilers fan? We shouldn't have been here in the first place, according to Zach.
House money. Andrew Cogliano has announced his retirement. Officially, he will join the team's front office in player development. So he did play for Edmonton, Dallas, Colorado, San Jose, and the Anaheim Ducks. Was a good Oiler for a few years. They moved on from him and when they didn't want to be a small team. And he went on to have a tremendous career. Won a Stanley Cup, obviously, with the Avalanche on that Avs team that beat the Oilers in the conference final 2 years ago. And now his career has ended on the ice and will continue off the ice. He's a very good
Front
man.
office for what team?
The Avs.
The Avalanche.
Yeah, the
okay.
Avs.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, he's
Round of clicks for Cogs.
round of clicks.
I mean, that's a great. That's a lunch pail kind of career, right?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
he was always a worker, hard worker, kind of Sam Gagner-esque.
Well, him and Sam came in together.
That's right.
And when they came in together, they were kind of the future. They were part of that kid line. Robert Nielsen was the third player on that line, and they helped spur the Oilers to a decent run to try to get into the postseason in 07-08. And they fell short, unfortunately. They had people forget this. Like at the start of the decade of darkness, 06-07 was horrible. The wheels fell off. Edmonton, I think, was in sixth place for a chunk of the year. And then they ended up losing like 19 of their last 20, and they traded Ryan Smith, and it was just a disaster. Mark Messier, jersey retirement night. Kevin Lowe was supposed to speak, didn't because he knew what he had just done. Created an absolute uproar from the fan base, so Craig McTavish had to go in and read the speech for Mark Messier, and then they fell apart. Then the next year, 07-08. They started out slow, younger team in transition, make the run, almost get into the playoffs, falls short. 08-09, they were in like sixth place for a good chunk of the year again, and then just fell short at the end of the season. So, and then 09-010 is when they bottomed out, 30th, 30, 28, 30, 30. And that was the true depths of the decade of darkness. And then they had moved on from Cogliano at that point. So yeah, hell of a job to Andrew Cogliano. Probably Sam Gagner will likely join him in a front office role, probably here in Edmonton after this season.
You would hope.
Yeah.
I mean, I know, you know, I guess that was always a tough thing, you know, obviously being at that point, Tom, I was an Oilers fan. No, I'm not anymore. I don't cheer for the team at all.
That's a good.
I
You're
actually hold them in
impartial
disdain.
member
Yes,
of the media.
Which we can talk about that too. We can rap about that, bruh. But that was always tough to watch, and sitting here listening to you talk about that, it's just made me reflect about the genesis of where we the
How
team
we
is
wound up
now compared to where it was, which was so bad and dark.
Awful.
And you see like the people that, I mean, can you remember, would you remember that we drafted Nail
Pardon me?
Yakupov?
What team were you?
Yeah, I remember
You
when
on that team?
You? The Oilers?
There you go.
I remember when the Oilers drafted Nail Yakupov, and I remember everybody saying he's the next Ovechkin. He's going to be great. He's a franchise player.
Yep.
And then it just never happened. I remember when he scored that, I believe, overtime goal or in the last few minutes. And
It was a tying goal. Yeah.
the tying goal, and
Yeah.
he just went and on his knees.
Was that the Theo Fleury
Sally.
celebration?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a big Sally, and that was the highlight of his career. But
Pretty
the
much.
one time that I remember sort of watching a bit of hockey was maybe a couple games in the season before McDavid was drafted, and then once he was drafted, I'm like, wow, this is a team. I'm gonna start watching them, and that's when I kind of started watching hockey.
Good time to
especially
start
during the playoff run. So I've never been around really for the darkness. My dad tells me the story of the shadows and the darkness, and
Yeah.
everybody
That
was
team
sad and
wandered
nobody wanted
through.
to watch.
Yeah.
and it was terrible. And
Yep.
then before that, all the glory days, because I think he saw one Stanley Cup get raised at one point. Like all the glory days, great stories. He's told me a lot of stories about that, but has only mentioned tidbits of the darkness. He's just like, just don't talk about.
How old's your
just-
dad?
He is 63.
Oh
62.
damn!
Yeah.
So yeah, that was in his heyday.
Wow,
when they
he
won
had
those
you
Stanley
at
Cups.
my age.
Which is fine.
I know.
I guess 61. He's turning 62 then. That
Nice.
makes more sense.
Are you the youngest of a few?
I have one older brother.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he saw the heyday.
I've told my wife I want to have more kids.
What did April say?
I can't. I've been gelded.
Oh shoot!
Yeah. Do you know what that even means?
I think I have an idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a bag of peas
Yeah.
after.
You don't have to wear a helmet anymore.
Actually, the way they do it nowadays, you don't.
No?
I mowed my lawn later that day.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a simple incision. It's
Jeez.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it doesn't sound
You
like
got it
fun
snipped
still.
and then you snipped your lawn.
I'd love to have more kids. That's life advice, I guess.
You've got 3 girls. Like, you must be busy as hell.
I love my kids so much. I want more.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
amazing.
they're like I'm
can always
addicted
adopt.
to them. Yeah, I could.
you
Maybe I'll
could.
adopt you.
There you go. That's beautiful.
Hey, girls, you got an older brother.
What? Cogliano, 1,294 NHL games as a player, now joining the Colorado Avalanche staff, and a Stanley Cup win with the Avalanche. All right, let's move on to tonight's game. There's already been some quotes dropped. I do want to pass along some of them to you. The Oilers getting set for Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Final. Check out the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show with myself, Matt Cassian, and YouTube Trev at 4:30 p.m. right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Daniel Nugent-Bowman with this quote from Leon Draisaitl, who says he isn't pleased with his performance in the Stanley Cup Final and that he hasn't played to his standard. I'm excited to come into the series tonight. Are you guys disappointed in Draisaitl so far in this series? We know he's a little bit nicked up, but to hear that is, I think, encouraging from Draisaitl. But does he just need to be a beast? I know they need everybody, all hands on deck tonight. What do you think when you hear Leon Draisaitl saying he'd like to enter the series tonight?
Well, it's nice to hear that from him, and he sort of has been not himself as he is banged up a little bit. Sort of invisible, but not completely in a negative way. You're not bashing him every night, but you're noticing that he's not there because he is such a huge part of the team. And before that, he was such a big playoff performer. And then in this series, in the final, he hasn't really been there. I don't even know. He does have that one goal credited to him, right? He does. I think he has one goal. I think
he has
and then
2
a couple
points in this series, if I remember
just
correctly.
a couple of points, and he's very low down in the point totals for the Stanley Cup Final overall. He has the same point totals as Gustav Forsling, I think. They're on the back end.
He
of the
was a point a
Panthers,
game
but-
guy until the 3rd round, I think.
Yeah, and he started
Let me double check that.
started
Continue.
wavering a little bit,
Let me verify.
McDavid has showed up. Connor Brown is there. There's other pieces that have been there for the Oilers. So Leon Draisaitl scoring hurts the Oilers still,
Yeah.
but they've been able to knack away at the 3-0 deficit and force the Game 6 tonight. And it would be huge for Leon Draisaitl and the Oilers if Leon was able to show up tonight, because that would be a big part of the game.
30 points in 23 games. Pretty damn good. 10 goals, that's second best, only to Zach Hyman's 15. And then he is 3rd in assists in these playoffs. That is only 3rd to Connor McDavid's 34 and Evan Bouchard's 26. So
I think they should
he's
keep
still up there. What did you say?
I think they should keep him around. He's
They'll
pretty
keep
good.
him around. They're going to try and do everything they can to keep him around. But he has not been the same impactful Leon Draisaitl that we're used to, especially in the playoffs so far this series. And he's saying, I need to be better, which good for him.
I
right?
really appreciate the humility and humbleness of Draisaitl and doing and saying what he said. He has not been a factor so much in this series, yet his team is still in this thing.
Yes.
So for him to be, I've always really appreciated that about Leon Draisaitl. I don't think he takes himself too seriously. I
You
think
don't? I think he takes himself super seriously.
not when you're saying that.
Okay.
When you're saying, "Hey, I got to get my ass back in gear and get into the series," like I guess maybe we're saying the same thing, but kind of differently. Like he does have a humility to himself,
Yeah,
which is
okay, I
very,
see what you mean.
which is very genuine, and you can't fault a player that's admitting that he's been somewhat irrelevant thus far, but also. I think that's a better sign for your team and your teammates around you that you can say that in confidence, knowing that this team's moving in the right direction. And, according to Zach, you handed the Panthers the Stanley Cup when we were down 3-0. And I retweeted your tweet, and I'm going to keep retweeting it, hoping that comes back to, you said villain Zach, right?
Yeah, somebody, a couple of the nasties were responding to my tweet, and they weren't very happy. Of course, being down 3-0, the last time it's happened that a team has come back, 1949, Toronto Maple Leafs. So 42? I thought it was 49.
I got you.
Quick correction. But long time ago, basically.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
That was during WW2.
It was, yeah. Original 6 and stuff like that
Yes.
against Red Wings. But it's hard to come back from. And I'm a troll. I admit that. But
Yes,
I do
you've
it
done this
just
a few
as a
times.
joke. Quite a few times,
Yes.
yeah. Quite a few
But
times.
the team, like for him to say that, it's great for him. I appreciate
Yeah.
him saying that. But I think there's a lot of confidence in that team right now, in that locker room, knowing that one of your top guns has not really been around in this series yet. You're still clawing back and potentially forcing a Game 7 in a Stanley Cup Final.
He also added, and this is via Gene Principe, the angel among us. He's such a good man. Gino says, when asked by Greg Wyshynski if his struggles had to do with the Panthers' play/changing line mates, Leon Draisaitl said, it has nothing to do with that. It's on me. He's owning it.
Humble humility. That's what you like to see from your superstars, right? And that's what I mean. I don't think he takes himself, as somebody that really...
He has a good touch with that, I would
Yes.
say. Yeah.
Yes, and that's a sign of super confidence, right? If you're able to say
Yeah.
that and be humble about things and be honest. I mean, I think that really bodes well for the mentality in that locker room.
And
Fair point.
He also he hasn't looked really frustrated. I haven't seen that much of him. Usually, you say he's a pretty calm guy, doesn't take things too seriously. But there's been moments where he's seemed very emotional and would take a bad penalty here and there, and even moments in the playoffs he'd take a penalty, slashing, whatever it is, and the emotions are ramped up and everything. But in the final so far, it seemed like Leon has been a little bit more well-tempered, I guess you could say.
Composed?
More
Is that a word you'd use?
And he's not scoring, and he wants to. He's a great player on the team, and that might nick away at a player personally, I'd imagine, not being able to produce for your team when you're frankly expected to. But he's here. They're in the game, and the fact that they're still alive, they probably had some doubts being down 2-0 even, then 3-0, and then it was like, okay, now we're playing with house money. So he's sitting back. He's still has yet to really have a Leon Draisaitl game, I guess you could say,
That's
where
fair.
he changes
That's fair.
the outcome of it. So it could come tonight, and if it does, that's huge for the Oilers. Like I think if he shows up tonight, the Oilers push 7.
I like it. I agree with that.
I don't know how you could disagree.
Can't disagree.
I mean, Norman at Combine says he will score the winning goal to clinch the cup. He's that much of a competitor. Joel says he's a prima donna. I mean, what a difference of opinion there, but I can understand and appreciate both those comments.
And he could be both at the same time. Like he hones it in at different moments in the
But
series
I will
and season.
say I do appreciate, I really do, the humbleness of his attitude towards his play.
Okay. I understand.
I think that's a sign of a very confident person.
He is a confident person. If he puts his money where his mouth is, no, I'm not saying legendary status, but that would be huge, and it'll be something that's documented in whatever books or documentaries that are ever created. If this team goes on to repeat what the 1942 Maple Leafs did back then.
Tommy, I said it before. I'll say it again.
Say it again, bruh.
When they came back and forced Game 6, if it's going to Game 6, it's going to Game 7. Let's
That
not kid
building's
ourselves.
gonna be nuts tonight.
Are you going to be there?
I'll be there. Yeah. And it was super loud in Game 4. Lots of reason to cheer. Obviously, I highly anticipate it's going to be like what we saw last week, if not more so. Intense.
I
Unless
honestly-
Florida scores early.
Yeah,
I would if Florida
good
scores
point.
early
They-
or gets the lead at all. I would be encouraged if I was an Oilers fan if the fans continued to cheer loud and didn't get quiet.
yeah, but that's not going to happen.
That's hard to do.
Well, it almost never happens. If your team is down early, fans really aren't going to cheer because it's taken right out of the game there. You're hyped
But
up.
change,
you're here,
do something
but
different.
yeah, you
Cheer
got to
them.
change it up. Don't go,
Yeah.
what is it? Like, make the different chants. I know Dusty has always been saying that
It's
instead
too
of
late for that.
Sergey.
Too late for that. Too late. Okay, here.
Right.
We got more headlines to get to. Evander Kane is a game time decision, according to Dan Rosen, who says Chris Knobloch mentioned Kane being a game time decision. Yesterday, Kane skated with Sam Gagner and Sam Carrick, which was the quote unquote fifth line. That's via Dan Rosen from NHL.com. So there's more of a headline. Dylan Holloway, apparently, according to Renaud Lavoie, still on the ice with the scratches. We could see Evander Kane back in the Oilers lineup. That would seem odd. Maybe some gamesmanship being played. And that text or tweet from Renaud Lavoie came 11 minutes ago. I have a hard time believing Dylan Holloway isn't playing tonight. If he isn't, he's either banged up or something, because that would be a surprise to me.
Yeah, he's been very good. And to
I think so.
put Evander Kane back in, like he's been injured with his athletic pubalgia.
Hey,
for
all right,
hey,
athletic
hey,
pubalgia.
Tommy's
Yeah,
favorite word.
Excellent. This from Pat Gregoire. P. Greggy from Coolbet, our friends and partners over there, says tonight's Game 6 at Coolbet Canada is a nail-biter. 52% of moneyline bets are on the Florida Panthers, but 50.5% of tickets back Edmonton to push for Game 7. Safe to say this is a close one, folks, from P. Greggy.
I'd
over
say
at Coolbet.
52% is on the money line because you're probably getting good value.
Okay.
Like I would hazard to say it's probably plus 120 for the Panthers money line because
Okay.
the Oilers are favored tonight, no question.
Damn.
So that's interesting math, though, right? Like interesting for them to say that because they see the bets that
Right.
come in,
Yeah.
and they see the action. Interesting. It's funny. This Leon Draisaitl talk has really gotten the nasties
What are they saying?
nasty. Not nasty. Actually, quite good conversation here. Joelle chimed back in. She said, he's my favorite player, LOL, but I'm blunt.
Yeah, Joel is. We know this.
She is, yeah. Norman Combine. He's 100% prima donna, but he backs it up. Ian Fergie down at the St. Albert Rugby Club. I had 2 boys after my reversal, then had a second vasectomy. My sack has more scars than a fighting dog ear. Fighting dog ear.
That was from Fergie?
Oh. Didn't that happen in a Steve Carell movie too? Oh wait, no, that was
Kelly
a
Clarkson.
Snip.
Oh, snip. No, that's The Office.
That was Office. Yeah. That was,
Oh, my.
He was with his girlfriend, Jan.
Yeah. Jan.
I
Snip.
I didn't really watch The Office a lot.
Oh.
I won't lie to you.
Boy, you're missing out.
I don't feel like I did.
Really?
Nah,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you're
like
probably
Friends.
too busy watching Dune.
I've not seen Dune.
Oh, I thought you were a Dune guy.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia, one of my favorites.
Okay.
Yes.
Has been for years.
Well, if you like Always Sunny, you'd really like The Office.
It's not that I don't like The Office. It's just like I watched it sometimes, but I didn't like fall in love with it.
You weren't captured by it.
It didn't capture me.
Yeah.
it's
But I
pretty dry.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, and
It's dry.
Oh, it's super dry humor. Yeah, I put it on the same level as Seinfeld, which I've been watching. I'm
Seinfeld's
almost on
tremendous.
season
Yeah.
5.
Yeah, I just
Seinfeld
put it
is
on the
much
same level
better.
as the greatest
Seinfeld is much better.
TV sitcom to ever be on TV.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
But dry. Okay.
I mean, it's all opinion, right?
Absolutely.
I don't-
subjective.
It is
subjective,
yeah.
but you're subjectively wrong.
Okay.
Ouch.
Okay.
Objectively
I'm
wrong.
being my son.
You can call it subject, whatever the kind of ject you want.
Tomato.
Always Sunny is good.
Always Sunny is great. Okay, we're going to keep going on here. Time now to switch gears as we go into our number 2 of the Hangout. Tom Gazzola, Zachticum, and the glue guy, Jay Milne, with you. Today's show brought to you by the Hlinka Gretzky Tournament 2024 edition. The Hlinka Gretzky Cup is coming to Edmonton this summer. Rogers Place will host the best U18 hockey players in the world from August 5th to the 10th, like a month and a half from now. 7-game and 14-game ticket packs are now available. HlinkaGretzkyCup.ca or Ticketmaster.ca. Keep listening to Edmonton Sports Talk for a chance to win tickets. We will start running that contest shortly, and it's going to be a great tournament. Lots of hockey, like it's summer hockey, and the Hlinka Gretzky. I know Rogers Place is like an important venue for it every couple of years. The Stars of Tomorrow will be here in the heat of the summer. You may as well not take the ice out at Rogers Place.
Unless it's for Snoop Dogg.
Well, they didn't take the ice out. They just covered it.
Oh, serious? Oh,
Yeah,
well, I guess
they
you
just
can't
cover
take
it.
the ice out. That would be
You could, but it's a pain in
impossible.
the ass.
That would
Like,
be impossible.
It'd be like a 24-hour shift for those.
Yeah, like shout out
guys.
to the workers doing that, and having
doing a
to
great
change
job.
it all up.
Yeah.
I know when LA was in the playoffs, I guess both of their teams, and then it would have to flip flop the court back to the ice,
Yeah.
to a concert, back to the. I couldn't even imagine like all the work that goes in just behind the scenes in those facilities.
It's crazy.
It's amazing. It's
crazy.
The ice is definitely better in Edmonton than it is in Florida.
Yes.
Like as good as your air conditioners are, it's too hot.
My boy VR Montenegro said, I dumped my entire CoolBet account on the Oilers tonight, as suggested by one Dustin Bartholomew Nielsen.
Wow.
Seemed like a decent idea.
Well done, Michael.
Wow. Yeah, right on the money line right now. Florida Panthers are minus 101, and then the Oilers are minus 116 on CoolBet. Stay cool, bet responsibly.
Very nice, Zachticum.
Boom.
Boom.
Life advice.
Right, there we go. Text us 780-218-9999. How you feeling tonight? Do you have any life advice for Zachticum? He was feeling a little bit glum coming in today. He was a little bit disheveled. Now he's feeling much, much better. He's had half a beer. Jay's going to join him with a beer. He finished his coffee.
This is a
and,
Sobe Safeway Liquor beer of the week.
Yeah,
Hello
you've got
Cutie.
the Hello Cutie, and that's
wheat ale with mango and hibiscus.
okay.
And the
then-
one I'm drinking on is By Cutie.
By Cutie.
Sour wheat ale with raspberry and mint. 5.0.
Cheers,
That's
beers.
out of Calgary. That's the Sobe Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week. They were on with, I think it was Wade with Gager and Lieutenant Eric. It was excellent. And YouTube Trev, of course, on the Nielsen Show this morning. Let's get to some texts. Let's go to Corey
This is
B. here.
good.
Corey B. here. Yeah, what?
It's nice cans, too.
Life changing.
Hibiscus? Like,
Yeah.
in a beer is not bad, right?
You know,
mint?
sometimes you get them that they're flavored
Yeah.
whatevers.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you could actually tell that this is probably not just like artificial. This is real.
Well, they got the tart and aromatic with just a hint of cooling mint. A zesty twist on our traditional high cutie recipe. Summer nights and river rides is best paired with
So if you went on a fishing date, you would take some By Cutie with you.
yeah, I guess so.
That's beautiful. Let's go to Corey B. here. Says, I'm spending the day downtown and just enjoying the city and the atmosphere. I'm just looking for some advice on what I should pack with me. I'm obviously not driving, but I don't want to pack a round bag. Should I bring a fanny pack?
Yes.
I'm not the guy to ask about
I'd
this.
wear a fanny pack,
I only keep...
You would wear a fanny pack.
but
Yeah.
around my shoulder.
Oh,
You're one
Why?
of those guys.
you're one of those people.
And they're called fanny packs, and you don't even wear them on your fanny.
No, they're called
Yeah.
fanny packs because you're supposed to wear them on your fanny.
Yeah.
But you don't. They wear them on their
No, no,
belly
no, 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 no,
pads.
no, no,
Pouch.
no. Traditionally, you were supposed to wear them around your waist, and you could put a lot of stuff in there.
I get it. It's very practical, but
I still
think
have a
it's
friend,
ridiculous.
Eddie Sheppel, that wears a fanny pack on the regular, and I asked him, I'm like, "What is in there? Like, what are you?
Crackers.
He's got everything, man.
tissues.
He's got his phone. He's got a charger. He's got his lip chap. Other than the fact that you look like a drug dealer, it's
So
it's
easy to
practical.
spot, too.
Yes.
Get one of the clear bags.
Yeah.
No. Those ones are weird. The clear ones.
I mean,
are-
I do see it everywhere. My daughters have the ones that go over your shoulders.
Yeah, but I think for girls and ladies, like, it makes more sense. For guys, if you can't keep it in your damn pocket, it's like, what do you need it for?
fishing.
bingo. Get a tackle box.
But I have both.
do you not have a
If I
tackle
the-
box?
I have both. I have a teeny tiny tackle box.
We'll get a bigger
and then I
tackle
can put
box and
extra stuff.
alleviate yourself of the fanny pack.
Well, like hand sanitizer or whatever, because I'm a germaphobe. So I put
Yeah,
that
no,
in there
I get
and
that.
all
But
my
you can
lip
get
Are you?
hands and it goes in your
a
pocket.
little bit. Like I like
I've been
washing my
touching you
hands.
all morning. I've been
That's
giving you
fine,
pats
but
and
if my
appreciation
hands are
pats.
different, like
He
when
likes it. It's with love.
You know,
It is with love. I'm the glue
you're
guy.
a clean
You're
guy.
the glue
mostly.
guy.
I am. I'm very hygienic.
This one says, talk on X that Kane goes in for Holloway tonight. I just tuned in, so not sure if you already discussed. Saskatoon fan, yes, we have. We talked about that. We're a bit surprised if that happens. We're wondering if there's some gamesmanship involved. If Kane, I think Holloway has been pretty good in this Stanley Cup final. I think he's had a positive impact. He's had a couple of goals. He's played well. I think he was he sacrifices the body to block shots. So if Kane's in for Holloway, I would be a bit surprised.
I would be shocked too.
Me personally, this is just me. Tell us what you think. 780-218-9999 via the Nasty Chat as well. Paris Jewelers inbox. if I was coaching the Oilers right now going into Game 6, Stanley Cup on the line, you could lose it tonight or you could force a 7th game. And I've got Evander Kane at 65%, and he's been completely ineffective this series when he has played. And I've got Dylan Holloway doing everything in his power to make sure that his team's winning. I'm not swapping those two. Are you out of your mind?
No, never. And he's second in hits in the playoffs, just 5 behind Sam Bennett with 77 hits this playoff.
What a great pull. That is good. Because I was just going to say, he's playing as physical as he can. And when you know what's funny, I kind of liken it to like offensive linemen. The less you hear about, the less you have your name said on there, on the broadcast, the better you're playing.
Right.
Dylan Holloway has not been talked about that much this series, but I think in a positive way, in that he has not been negatively affecting this team, a la Darnell Nurse and Cody Ceci, and that's been discussed.
Right.
I think Dylan Holloway's doing his thing, so let him do his thing.
I feel like this is some gamesmanship. I really do. I'm sorry. That's just how I see it. But to Chris Knobloch and the coaching staff's credit, they have pushed the right buttons 90% of the time. I don't know if this is what's going to happen tonight. I don't know how I feel about it. I'll tell you, I don't like it.
I don't think it's going to happen
at all.
I don't think it's going to happen either. So we'll see.
You'd hope so, because he hasn't really shown up at all. Of course, Evander Kane's injured, sure, but he hasn't really been helping, but he also at the same time hasn't been that negative, but you've noticed that he isn't helping. Like, he's slower to the punch. He can't really lay the body because he is injured. So having somebody who has that speed and those hands and has scored some goals and been there for moments and seems pretty posed under the pressure of playing in the Stanley Cup playoffs, you can't take the young gun out for somebody, a veteran who's not. And
there is people chiming in on the Nasty Chat about this. It's quite contentious, and I agree with why, if you were going to infuse Evander Kane back into the lineup, why would you not keep Holloway in as well and pull a guy like Derek Ryan?
Yeah, I agree with that. That's a good point.
Right? Like, and that seems to be a general sentiment that is coming in, and I agree with that because at least Holloway, you feel like the guy gives a damn.
He does give a damn. They all give a damn.
Of course they do, but I just find that Derek Ryan, has been in some tough situations in this series where you're getting pointed out because, I wonder what dash he is. He's got to be, you want to pull that stat up?
Sure, I can. I'm the stat man.
Right? I mean, I think he's been, a little bit overwhelmed at points.
Okay, Corey B., who's just taken in the atmosphere downtown today, anticipating Game 6, asked about what things he should bring with him, and people were talking about a fanny pack. Corey B. replies, I guess I only need gum, chapstick, phone, and wallet. I wanted to pack some birdie booze. You could pack some birdie booze. Just keep it tucked.
Keep it tucked.
Keep it tucked.
And if that is your reason for a fanny pack, then I'm all for it.
He's a -6.
-6. There you go.
-6. So he has some minus, but he plays on the PK, right?
Yeah, but you don't get
dashes
minuses
for PK.
penalty kill.
Oh,
Your eyes just lit up.
Seriously,
You didn't know that? You don't get a plus for a power play goal either.
Okay. Well, maybe it is a useless stat.
It's definitely not. It has some merit in this conversation.
Merit. It's not the be all end all.
I think it can be.
It's an indicator.
It is. It's a general indicator. It is a variable that you can put on a spectrum and say, okay, Connor McDavid's over here. But it shouldn't be the end all be all.
Correct.
Of stats. News is getting around to my guy. I referenced my fanny pack wearing friend. Mm-hmm. Penner's Pancakes is good friends with him apparently.
Oh wow.
He just texted me and said, I've received 2 texts in the last 5. What are you doing?
It's the power of EST.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
I love that.
Let's go.
Andrea says women's pockets are the worst. So small and useless. Yeah, and that's why women carry handbags. And it's fine if a lady has a fanny pack, I would say. If you're a dude and you're rocking that like shoulder fanny pack or bag, the You can tell who drug dealer is. I'm sorry. It's like
Can't read this aloud,
yeah.
but that's the British definition of fanny.
What is it?
You can't.
The female genitals.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
you can say that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
dictionary
That's-
definition,
yeah.
right?
That is the
I guess
that's the
so.
Yeah,
definition
but
of fanny.
here it's not the same. Like you can use words in Australia that if you say here in North America would stop traffic if it was heard.
I thought a fanny was your bum.
Here it
Me
is.
too. Yeah, it is. There's some. I don't know what other words, but there's always like chips and crisps. Like that's because a chip is a fry in Britain. And full disclosure, British people do not have good food. I just got to say that. I
Okay.
got to throw the British under
Lots
the
of
bus,
vinegar.
even though I am British, but part British.
Okay.
But like the words there, like chips and pop, and so like everything has a different
You're
meaning.
German.
and- only a little bit. I want to say unfortunately, but I got
Why
the
you say
Why
ancestry.
would you say
Unfortunately.
unfortunately?
Only a little bit. I thought I was more German. Like I'm like, oh, my last name's this. My whole family's from Germany, and then I did an ancestry test, which isn't fully accurate all the time, but it said only like 7%. And I was like, oh, okay, that's surprising.
I feel like we're chasing our tail here.
Life lesson. Be proud of where you came
Yeah,
from.
man.
Oh, I am proud. I love the German culture, but I always
from the
repped
north
it more
side.
than everyone
Proud
else.
of it,
I'm from
Bruh.
the south side.
bruh.
I bet you Tom dreamed of the day he'd get a fanny pack.
I had one. It was a Ninja Turtles fanny pack. My very good friend Brian Bradshaw and I entered kindergarten together, Father
Yes.
Leo Green, back in 1989, I believe it was, and we both had Ninja Turtle fanny packs, not matching but similar, and we rocked them. Oh,
Eddie
no.
sent me a
No,
picture
no,
of his
no.
floral fanny pack.
Let's see
No,
this.
no.
I
that's-
would listen. This outfit with Crocs with Minecraft. What do they call it? Gibbets and the floral fanny pack.
And he said, keeping it 100.
Come on. I respect that.
Wait, you know what? I'm going to take this back. It's a Friday. Everybody needs to be in a good mood going into the game tonight. And continuing with the theme that we established earlier in the show. What's your friend's name? Brent?
Eddie.
Eddie, you be you.
You
be you.
You.
Round of clicks.
Round of clicks for that comment, Tom.
Thank you.
You know, it's
I
it's,
recognize I wronged there.
well, in the spirit of life advice, in the spirit of good positive vibes.
Yeah.
Let's go. You know, that kind of mentality. Tom,
go.
you're right, and I take back any bad remarks I said about fanny packs. Although I'm diametrically opposed to them.
And cargo shorts. Somebody texted in, how about cargo shorts? No. Never, ever. Never, ever. John the Breadman says, plus minus is the most useless stat in professional sports. Teammate goes for a bad line change. You step on the ice, they score, you get a minus. You set up a great breakout pass, step off the ice, team scores. You don't get the plus. That is true, John, and that's why it's an indicator, I think, more so than a very important, crucial stat. I think it's a bit of an indicator. Those seem to balance out to, the universe works in mysterious ways. The hockey gods giveth, the hockey gods taketh. So indicator is as far as I'll go with plus minus.
But don't feel bad because there's other people that are in the chat that they said I was today years old when I learned that stat.
yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of the fine print rules. Like I've never went through the rule book and went through each page
I can
front
get
to
you
one
one.
with the highlighters of real like the
How big would
full
that
copy?
be?
It's not that big. It's like that.
I would love one of those actually.
Collated.
Is it?
Yeah.
You wouldn't even know what collated is. He does not know it. I know that. I know that for fact.
Collated.
Yeah.
Can you use it in
This
sentence? Spell it out.
rule book is collated.
Can you spell it out for me?
No.
COLLATED.
There you go.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Collated is like you have a 3-ring binder.
Oh, coilated.
Let me finish what I was going to say.
Allow him
Zach.
to finish.
You have a three-ring binder which keeps your loose leaf paper in check, keeps
Yeah.
it together. Collated is different. It's the same effect, but it's much more strong. It's usually a black in form.
Yep.
And it has several actors that keep the papers together.
Coilated.
No, there's no I
Collated.
in
There's
there.
no-
It's
there's no I.
collated.
Collate. Oh well, I'm gonna. That's my mnemonic then. Coil because
Collated Zach.
Yeah, my agenda's always had that in elementary school.
There you go.
There you go. Now you know.
Oh my, we're connecting that. He was today years old.
Tom,
when
this is life lessons, man. Shake and bake.
I learned new things
Shake
every
and
day.
bake,
I've
brah.
learned 2 things on the show today, and there's a third one that I learned actually.
Go on.
Nashville Predators announced that general manager Barry Trotz has hired Darby Hendrickson as an assistant coach.
who was just let go by the Minnesota Wild. And he was there forever as an assistant
The
coach.
hockey gods giveth and they taketh. Tom.
There's a lot going on in between these games in the Stanley Cup Final. A, because it's gone on so long into the summer officially. B, we have a awards show in Las Vegas next week.
Come on.
And then we also have the draft next week. And the Cup Final potentially, depending on what happens tonight, might not be completed until next week. This is crazy.
What a time to be alive.
We've got Oilers preseason games. We already know they're playing September 22nd and 25th against the Winnipeg Jets. The Jets dropped their preseason schedule yesterday, and we know the Oilers preseason dates, at least a couple of them. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's fun. I'm enjoying the hell out. I can't wait to get down to the rank. I can't wait to do the pre and post game show today. But like, just the timing of it all is insane. We're 3 weeks into the CFL season here.
Crazy.
NFL training camps are going to be starting soon.
I will say this. I mean, as far as Tom, as you as a professional broadcaster, and
Just broadcasters,
specifically NHL Oilers related.
Sure.
This is just beautiful.
I
for
love
you.
it. I'm tired as hell, but I love it.
You look good though. You got the hair done up.
Thank
You're holding it together.
Thank
Because
you.
I know Zach how much you do with all the morning shows and pre and post, and Tom what you do. Like when Tom goes to a Hudson's or whatever and does the post game show. I mean, and then you take down like it's a late night. But what else would you rather be doing?
Nothing. I'd like to be golfing more, but I'm more than okay.
You can join me tomorrow. No.
No, I will not be golfing with you. Not for a long time. You
Yeah.
got to get below 100 first.
You can't
Jay,
golf with this
outside
guy.
of not being able to golf, this has been fantastic. I've loved it. Just thoroughly enjoyed this. We've had great times, good vibes. Our crew's been just humming along here. The audiences have been great. The weather's finally not like. There's no real complaints.
When
Right now.
talk about weird, it must be so weird for Dusty to be entering his CFL, which is a big part of his life and his career.
Yes.
While the Oilers are still like in the mix, it's just so weird. Like, it's a perfect storm, I guess,
is a perfect storm.
if you could say that. But it is a lot for the guys that do it every day. I must say, I don't. It's the summer of Jay. I'm retired, so
Busy crew, and I guess that's the reason that I was hired on. You guys needed people.
And
And now
good
I'm here.
people. We needed good people like Zachticum.
Yeah.
And Jay, yeah. The summer of Jay. Also, you've got some work to do tomorrow. with Green and Gold. kickoff
yeah,
and
the Green and
post-game
Gold kickoff show with Maddie and Milne.
Yep.
Starting at 4 p.m. tomorrow, we're going to be looking into the matchup against the Argonauts.
Uh-huh.
And I will say it. I was gonna tease, but I'm just gonna say it.
Say it, bro.
This is a must-win for the
They need to
Edmonton
win.
Elks.
I think, I know Toronto had a good week one. I know they're without Kelly. But it does feel like the Elks have had some really good moments and some nice spurts. And listen, Montreal continued to roll last night in Ottawa, or at home against Ottawa. They put up a hell of a fight against the Alouettes, and they did make a couple mistakes. Good teams forced mistakes, and the Alouettes took advantage, but they've been in both those games.
They have made mistakes. They have been in both games, but they've made critical errors at critical times.
And veterans making those mistakes.
Yes,
That's the
and
piss
people
off.
that you should not have making those.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't want to talk too much Elks here. I know it's Oilers time, and forgive me,
We
but
can
just let me
squeeze in
say one
Elks.
thing. Let me say one thing. That game last week, both games have been in hand. Both games should have been won by Edmonton. That game last week started out with an early critical error. And I love the player. I love the tenacity. I love the leadership. But Luchez Purifoy dropped a breadbasket interception for a pick six.
Yeah.
That he broke on like a you-know-what, and he should have taken that to the
He's
house.
got wheels. That's why he was back there for the kick that he ran out. he should, and he
And he
owned that
should've-
too. He said he should have taken the knee.
Should have got yeah. Anyways, critical errors at critical times from your leaders. If Edmonton can get it together, I see them winning by double digits tomorrow. If they can put 4 quarters of football together, some semblance of football, not perfect, nothing's
Right.
perfect, but just a team effort, a unified effort. MBT has to play better. His receivers cannot drop balls that are certain touchdowns.
Yeah, that
Right?
one last Dylan Mitchell, man.
Tough look.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
And then he had the second throw come to him, but that was on MBT where it was the
He got
pickoff right at the
pressured,
1 yard
yeah.
line. That was
They
the
were
end of the-
cooking. They
Yeah,
were
and then
cooking
they
on
were
that
cooking.
drive. Okay, I will say this too. They've played 3 out of 4 quarters in both games. They had a bad fourth quarter, obviously, against the Riders, 21 unanswered after having the lead. Then they had a bad first quarter in the Montreal game. And I know Montreal, like the time of possession in that first quarter, they had that long first drive, scored on it.
Do you know what? The Elks won the time of possession battle at the end of the
Well,
game?
the second and third, actually second,
Hard to
third, and even
believe, but
fourth
they
quarters,
did.
they had the ball quite a bit. They did. They just didn't make it work.
And it's funny, now that I'm a part of that pre and post. I see the vitriol and I see the fire breathing that's going on
happens.
towards fire Chris Jones, start Trey Ford. Settle down. These are 2 games against 2 good teams
Yeah.
that they could have, should have won. Now I get they didn't. I get that.
Yeah.
I get they didn't win that. But the sky is not falling. It's not. It's okay. Take a deep breath.
Yoga.
Yoga.
Get your arms in.
They were right there, and being in the building for that game, it was a great tailgate. Me and Trev went to go watch the game afterwards.
You guys boozed it up too, didn't you?
They came to see us
All
after.
right. I like it.
Trav was in good form.
He says he doesn't remember.
Hey, do you
much.
want to go type in the keyword so Tommy can announce it?
Oh, I can.
Yeah,
But
did you want to
there was
finish your
Trey
thought?
Ford chants.
Yeah. No, I heard.
Oh,
them.
oh, yeah,
I was
they were
there.
loud.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah, they were
literally there.
loud.
I was walking the sidelines. You saw me. You were
Yeah.
you
We
were the
tried
guys yelling at
you.
me. Yeah, I
We're
have
yelling,
the.
Tommy.
Thank
and then
you.
you didn't look towards us.
No, because I have
I'm
the
joking.
earbuds in, and I'm hearing the program. I'm hearing the broadcast. So Dusty and Glenn is what I'm getting, and then the producer and director telling you, "Okay, Tom, we're coming to you." Nope, we're not going to you. Tom,
you know
can
what's
go check it out?"
hilarious?
Those things are crazy.
They're fantastic. Yeah.
In the nasty chat in the post game show, somebody wrote in and said there were 2 guys yelling at Tommy.
Yeah.
That was you.
That was probably us.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
I saw a tweet say the same thing. I'm like, what did I do?
And it's
You
funny 'cause-
clowns were doing it. I love
right
that.
behind you, yeah.
I love that.
Because Maddie and I decided to stay at the Century
'Cause the weather
Casino
didn't look
Bar
good.
and Lounge. Yeah,
It held.
And then you get, the big screen is actually like 9 TVs.
Yeah.
And then your first hit, Maddie and I are sitting like from about, me to that wall away.
Yeah.
Which is, let's say, 12 feet.
Yeah.
And there's Tom, that's as tall as the ceiling. I think I sent you a picture of that.
Yeah, you
'cause I
did.
was just
Thank you. I like that.
damn, looking good.
It's all product. People are like, Tom, aren't you worried your hair is going to be messed up? I'm like, no, this thing could stop a bullet right now. There's so much product in it.
That Swedish.
Swedish hair cream.
Yeah, see?
I might have added something extra to it too, just to hold it
I'm
even
Swedish. I appreciate.
Probably a little hairspray, hey?
more. No, I have another product that just reinforces. Anyway,
Before I got my hair buzzed, I used to. That was my go-to. Would be hairspray,
Hairspray?
because I don't have a full head of hair like you. I'm not. I've been like this since I was 25.
okay.
So this is kind of what I'm used to.
Okay,
I
yeah.
got the widow's peak. It's a little thin in the back, but I'm comfortable in my own skin.
You're very comfortable.
But when it grows out a little longer, I have to comb it not like your grandpa's comb over, but I do have to push it to the side.
Yeah.
And if that thing gets loose, and
out.
it's not like welded down with
So you
with
take
hair,
April's hairspray. And
hairspray.
you just, psh.
I buy my own hairspray.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have to, because her stuff is fancier, and I just go and buy the cheapest, largest black bottle of extra firm hold that I can find.
Comes with a cigar
At
holder.
Sobeys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes with a cigar holder and an extra
That's where
Brill
you know
cream.
it's good. Yeah, exactly. Brill cream. Keep those texts coming in. We're going to get to the hole-in-one contest entry. This one comes in from Jasmine. Downtown Essentials, shades and hat, inhaler, phone, credit card, ID, and lipstick. Your yoga talk legitimately calmed me down. Jasmine, thank you. And I'm with you on the keeping it simple as possible when you are out and about. You don't want the clutter. Come on now. You don't want the clutter. All right. Oh,
Nasty Chat member Jen Cool. Happy birthday.
to who?
Jen.
To Jen? Happy birthday, Jen.
Birthday round of clicks for
Round
Jen.
of clicks for, yeah, we can do that for sure. Very nice. Very
Happy
nice.
birthday.
Jen, let's hope it's a good birthday and the Oilers can
Let's
treat you
celebrate
right.
tonight, yeah.
Absolutely. This one, is that the Wolf? I think that's the Wolf coming in. Says, any entertainment or music acts down at Ice District tonight? Yeah, the Beaches and one other band. It's like Loud Boy or something like that. Do you know that? You'll get it. I know the Beaches are in. And they're good. They have that song, Blame Brett. It was a monster smash hit for them. And then they were on like Kimmel and they were on, I think, Fallon or something like that.
I've never heard of the Beaches. What is it?
They're good. They've had a bunch of songs.
What's the song? What's the hit? Sing it. Hum it. Hum it.
Don't blame me, blame Brett. Na-na-na-na. Yeah.
Okay. I still don't know.
It's a
it.
catchy little ditty. And then they've had like, was it something T-shirt or something? They've had a few good ones.
I thought they said no entertainment. No,
there wasn't
no.
supposed to be, but I think like people expecting it and making kind of
What a
noise
letdown
wanting-
then if it's the Beaches.
The Beaches? No, it'll be fine.
I mean, who
It's
the hell are the
not-
Beaches?
it's not
the beach.
Shania.
I'll tell you one thing: the Beaches aren't going in a locker room high-fiving the fellas after the game.
Maybe they are. Maybe they are.
Is this just an older thing that I don't know at all?
They're new.
Loud
Yeah.
Luxury and
Loud
the
Luxury.
Beaches.
There we
And Loud
go.
Luxury just has one song. I think that
But they're
everybody
Juno
knows.
nominees. The Beaches have won Junos. They have started to make waves in the U.S. The Beaches are legit. I like them. I think they're great.
How much of the song can you play before we get in trouble?
Let me. I could just sing the song. Oh yeah.
Please don't.
It's called "Body" by Loud Luxury. You've probably heard
Please
it on the
do.
radio.
Please do. Sing it.
100 million times.
Let me hear you.
I'm waiting. Hell no. I'm waiting. Cool long.
Oh, that song. Those guys.
I know that's
Yeah.
good job. Yes,
Very nice, Zachticum.
that was good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not going to
Okay.
get hit with a
Over
copyright
a
infringement.
billion streams.
Wow.
On Spotify.
Okay,
Wow.
so maybe because they're not like household names from the 90s and early 2000s, people are, man, that's not good. Like that.
Yeah, you're right,
If
you're
you're
right.
making a case for
You're right.
Kim Mitchell and Patio Lanterns at the Grey Cup, shh. We don't need April Wine. We don't need BTO.
But she's a roller, a high roller, baby.
I don't need Lover Boy. I don't need Trooper. I don't care if she's a high roller, baby. You
don't need
No, we don't need that. Put it away.
High roller,
Stop
baby.
it. Corey B says, I may need an AirTag tracker to find myself when I get lost. Just, you know what? Call Lieutenant Eric. He'll get you. Okay, let's get into our entry into the $100,000 hole-in-one contest, which goes July 3rd at the Ranch Golf and Country Club. Brought to you by the fine folks over at Golf Town. Big shout out to Murray B at the South Edmonton Common Golf Town location for helping make this possible and connecting us with the crew over at Golf Town. So $100,000 hole-in-one, 25 qualifiers. You're entered to be in the draw to become a qualifier who shoots. If somebody drains the hole-in-one on July 3rd at the par 3 17th, 180 yards out at the Ranch Golf and Country Club. If like the fourth person to go up and shoot drains it, it's over. So this is for a chance to shoot, and we're going to get you into the entry. That's the hole.
Yeah,
That's
it's over
it
the
yesterday.
water.
There's water on the left-hand side, shrubs and thick stuff out back. I think there's a bunker on the left as well. To the right is trouble because there's a cart path that goes to the 18th. So your shot needs to be good, and the wind can swirl up there. So I'd
is
be
kind of
hitting
a
a soft 5 for at 180. Usually it'd be a 6, but because that hole has given me fits, especially when it's a little further back, I would go with soft 5.
I'd
Nice
probably
and
hit her
easy.
with the driver.
Yeah. I don't like your chances at this hole in one.
If I had 100 times to do it, I wouldn't get it even close. I wouldn't even get it on the green.
Well, maybe
don't
a
say
couple
that.
times, like you
100 times.
worm
is a
burner
lot.
up there, maybe. Yeah. So
You haven't seen
okay.
my stuff.
You'd probably hurt yourself.
Yeah, he
before
might. It's fair. All right, to get in on the $100,000 hole-in-one contest, text in the keyword WM Open.
And I think I have that up.
WM Open to 780-218-9999. Awanik, brilliant work again. And by that, I mean not so brilliant work on today's keywords. WM Open, the Waste Management Open, the famous, infamous 16th hole, stadium hole, beers, drinks everywhere. People using the other fairways as bathrooms because it's so busy around there. WM Open.
Waste management.
Waste Management Open. That's right.
You gotta manage your
crazy. They have it got so wild this year at the WM Open that they're gonna have to dial it back next year. They had to cut off alcohol sales at one point in the weekend. I think it was the Saturday. It got so messed up and the debauchery was through the roof that they had to cut off the alcohol sales.
Oh, unmanaged and wasted open.
Round of clicks for that one, Zachticum. Look,
Right.
we've turned that frown upside down, and now you're
What a
humming.
journey we've been
Yeah,
on today.
I
with
love
young
that.
Zachticum.
So text in right now if you want to get in on the $100,000 hole-in-one contest brought to you by Golf Town and the Ranch Golf and Country Club. WM Open to the Paris Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999.
You know who else I ran into last night at
Tell me.
at the after party?
Who?
Your dear friend Ben Scrivens.
Scriv Dog.
Oh.
How's he doing?
He is an interesting character.
Yep. He is.
He is a whole embodiment of life,
Yeah.
exuberance.
Exuberance for sure.
That guy he don't care. He doesn't care.
He knows who he is.
Yes, I love it though. Like I mean it in a very, very much respectful way. Like he don't give a you know what. He just doesn't. He lives his life. He's super happy. You want to talk about a yogi looking guy?
Ben's
That's it.
that guy.
Yeah, it is very exuberant, very joyful, very happy. I told him I'd say hi to him on the show today.
He's filled in on
Hello,
Oil Stream.
Oil Stream.
Yep.
Yeah.
It'd be good to get him on Hello Hockey. I would agree with. Actually, he has been on Hello Hockey.
Yeah, I actually
Yeah.
watched that episode. I think he was on
He's very
from
good.
his house or something.
Because he does help out with NHLPA, it's like social work basically. He helps players who are in need of some guidance and stuff like that.
Oh, what a great role!
Yeah, so that's
tell
he
that was
knows who
huge.
he is. Not a free spirit, I guess, but was
Oh,
he
he's
having
a
good
free
time?
spirit. Yeah, great time.
Yeah.
and very, very approachable, very, very likable, and you can tell he loves life.
He's just doing his thing.
Yeah, it's great.
Just doing
bet
his
he
thing.
does.
Much like you.
Yeah, I bet he does yoga.
You know what? He is healthy and he is wealthy because he's healthy.
And he also played hockey.
He would be the he would be the definition of like if you were to think of somebody that was their mantra, his health is wealth.
Oh yeah.
I think it would be Ben Scrivens.
Now he has accumulated some wealth playing in the NHL.
I think he's
which
doing
is good.
okay.
Oh yeah, he's done fine.
on the real wealth side of things, but
Okay, you were talking about hairs and how you comb it and hairlines and stuff like that.
yeah.
Nico's dad texts in and says, "My son says it's a $40 Uber from my eyebrows to the top of my hairline." Round of clicks for Nico's dad.
I love that.
That's good. We're having fun today.
I
It's
can't
gonna
wait to
fun.
be bald. I'm going to be bald one day.
Why? Let me see your hair. Take your hat off.
Well,
No, he's got
my
good
hair's
hair.
hair's a little messy, but my brother is also balding. Well, his hair is thinning.
Tell
Let's
him to
say
go
that.
to Turkey.
yes.
he's
Turkish
Everybody's
trying
going
to
to
trip
Turkey.
there.
I have friends that are like, "I need to go to Turkey." I'm like, "What? What's in Turkey?" Hair plugs. And I was like,
Shout
okay.
out to Paulo Costa of the UFC who did that. He did that and then
Did it
faked
work?
an injury because he had to miss the fight because his hair was healing.
No way.
Yeah, but it looks great.
Oh wow.
Yeah, anyways.
Fergie, the word was WM open.
Yeah.
He said he missed the word.
WM
so-
open.
Yeah, I could put it back on the screen as
Put
well.
it back on there. We're in a good mood today on the Hangout. That's faux show. Lots of people getting in on the entry into the $100,000 hole-in-one brought to you by Golf Town and the Ranch Golf and Country Club and us here at EST. We have about 25 minutes left. We talked about the Oilers. If you didn't hear it earlier, Holloway stayed out late, and usually that's an indicator that a guy's not playing, unless he just wanted to do some extra work. Obviously wasn't down there, so I can't really gauge outside of what's being said via our colleagues and peers down at the rink heading into Game 6. The other thing was Chris Knobloch mentioned that Evander Kane is a game-time decision. Personally, if I'm looking at it and I'm coaching this team, thankfully I'm not, obviously, I would be like, why am I taking out Dylan Holloway for Evander Kane? That's why I think there might be some gamesmanship involved. Unless Holloway's nicked up, I doubt it if he's on the ice.
Yeah, I just don't see it either. And I don't really. I mean, Knobloch's done some pretty creative things throughout the playoffs.
Gutsy stuff, too.
Gutsy.
Right?
Guys got brass balls.
Yeah.
But gamesmanship in Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals, I'm not sure if that's necessary.
I may be wrong. You're trying to gut it out at this point, right?
I may be wrong, but I mean, you know who you are as a team. They know who you are.
Yeah.
The Oilers know who Florida is as a team. Right?
Yeah. There's another stat here. I got a couple of texts, and I had a stat that I want to roll out as well. This one out of Sasky says, I agree Kane played poorly up to getting scratched. If he's magically 100%, then he wasn't that badly hurt to start with. He is not 100%, and especially if he's dealing with a sports hernia, a.k.a. pubic or athletic pubalgia, which Matt Cassian, our game analyst, had to get surgery for during his playing days. I believe he was still with the Minnesota Wild at that time. He said it's extremely painful depending on the severity of the injury. And it was like it took him 10 minutes to get out of bed. That's how bad it was.
Wow.
He had athletic pubalgia. I want to get this Stuart Skinner stat in as well. And it's a good one if you're an Oiler fan, obviously. We'll see if he continues it. But it has to do with Skinner in games 5, 6, and 7 of series.
Lights out, eh?
I'm looking for it. Here it is.
Yeah.
Actually, this one's when he's facing elimination. It's via the NHL. Stuart Skinner, when facing elimination in 2024, 4-0 record, 928 save percentage, 175 GAA.
Jeez. That's incredible. That's very very positive.
I would say.
Yeah.
I would definitely say.
You know, I'm torn. I mean, I need your guys' help.
Okay.
I need your assistance.
Okay.
I cut my lawn last game day. And this is the EST Farm Report, brought to you by the Glue Guy.
Oh.
I'm my own sponsor.
Well, you can do whatever you want.
You do you.
I cut it. I put a picture out on Twitter. And it was straight lines. And I said, these straight lines are exactly how the Oilers' lines are going to be running tonight. Now, I'm going to run it back, obviously, today. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go home right after this. I'm gonna kiss my wife, and then I'm going to mow the lawn. I got to keep it the same, right?
You have to keep it the same. Without question. Keep it the same.
Keep it the same.
Keep it the same.
Yeah?
Have to.
Because usually I go for the cross.
I respect the cross. I respect, like, manicuring lawns.
But I'd be foolish to screw around with it.
Don't mess with a good thing right now.
Okay.
Save it for next week.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Good.
That's all I'm saying. I think most people would agree.
Enough said?
Enough said. I want to follow this up too. Not the lawn thing. I know you're trying to get in the right mindset.
I'm trying to zone in, Tom.
Keeping things feng shui. Right. Get your ohms in there. Shoggy did a one-on-one with Dylan Holloway on TSN. Shoggy's not interviewing a guy one-on-one who isn't playing. I'm just going to say that. So let's get that speculation and throw it out of here.
That's great insight, though, Tommy.
Thank you. Like, it's just that you don't talk to a guy who's not playing, and you don't post. Like, if he was
maybe he was just trying to get a little bit of work.
That might have been that. Might have been, I want to work on this. You know, something, I've been working, doing this thing. And they do that. So that's interesting. Or maybe he wanted to, his legs needed a little bit of extra rust to be shaken off because he hasn't skated in a couple days. I don't know what, but some guys will stay out there a little bit later, and he happened to be out later, and it was observed by some people. But Shoggy ain't talking to a guy who's going to be scratched. So the Holloway not playing thing, let's get it out of here. I'm glad we've gotten to the bottom of this.
Yeah, I was.
Get it out of here.
It was a little nerve-wracking.
Get that junk out of here.
Okay, I want to ask you something, Zach. Okay. Because of all the lessons you've learned today, and all of the suggestions and all these things to make your life better, I think you should have clarity at this point, and maybe clairvoyance. But I want to ask you a specific question about tonight's game. Who's the player? Who's the game changer?
Oh, it's got to be Leon Draisaitl, 100%. Without question, the game changer specifically for the Oilers tonight is Leon Draisaitl. And I've mentioned it before. If he shows up tonight, it will greatly benefit the Oilers, as always, when a player like Leon Draisaitl does show up. But because he has been kind of out of the spotlight and he hasn't really been playing to his best, if he comes out tonight and plays that game that he can and gets a goal or a couple points and makes those plays that he usually does, then the Oilers have a great chance to win tonight. The game changer, though, on the other side is Sergei Bobrovsky. If he bounces back and is able to make those stops and play like he did in games 1, 2, and 3, then this game can go really either way. Like, Bob has been in the net, but he's let a lot in those last couple of games.
He made a huge breakaway save on Nugent Hopkins in that game the other night in Game 5. You're right. They've gotten to him, and I think they found something with his game. If he starts playing like he did in those first two, like you mentioned, that could be trouble for the Oilers. But I don't know.
I think he's been playing the same way, Tom. I just think that they've found the way. Hey, get the puck off the ice. How about that?
Go around him.
Pucks on net.
Create chaos.
Chaos. Like
They've actually lived up to
normal
that.
hockey things,
Yes.
right?
Well, in theory, yes.
And I like that you said Draisaitl because, fellow German to you. So that's good. Tom,
Go on.
you're the guy with the ear to the ground here.
Tell me more.
Who's it tonight? Who's the game changer for go both teams if you
Who's
want.
the game changer tonight? I'll say Zach Hyman.
Cool.
I think this could be a Zach Hyman night. He needs to also show up. I mean, he's been okay, right? He's been okay. But I think this could be him kind of benefiting from playing with McDavid, him rising to the occasion. He has a penchant for scoring big goals in big moments at home. I'll go Zach Hyman. That's the guy I'm looking at. And if Draisaitl has a big night, fantastic. McDavid continues to soar, fantastic. But I'll go with, maybe Zach Hyman.
I think it's fair to say that if Draisaitl has a big night, this series is going to Game 7.
Yeah, and it seems like an easy pick, but he just really hasn't been there to his full capacity. And if you guys have a game changer in mind, let us know in the Nasty Chat or 780-218-9999 in the Paris Jewelers inbox as well. But who do you think is going to be that game changer?
Thanks for asking me. I was hoping somebody was going to ask me that for my opinion on the matter. But Stewie Skins.
Ooh, Stewie Skins.
I mean, the puck stops there. If he can not lose the game, then I think the Oilers win.
I'm curious how the Panthers attack the Oilers tonight.
I said that specifically, and you laugh. I mean it on purpose. Like,
I know what you mean.
He may not have to win the game for the beloved Oilers, but just don't lose the game.
Yeah, he doesn't have to.
Which he's been doing a good job of. And I mean,
excellent.
You look at that fact you just brought up, Tom, of his in
4-0 in elimination games. 1.0 GA. It was a 924.
924.
Though he didn't play in a. Did he play against when Pickard played?
Those weren't
those
elimination
were not
games. They
elimination
put in Skinner in Game 6.
I mean, we got Bush, we got Fogle, we got Connor Brown as well.
How about Connor Brown? That's
How
been
about
great.
Connor Brown? Can you imagine?
I honestly am curious how, because we're all everybody's talking about is the Edmonton Oilers right now, and understandably so. But I really am curious how the Panthers react to all of this. Do they obviously they want to shut everybody up and they want to end this thing, but how do they react to everything tonight? How do they just say, F this, enough of this crap, we're not letting this happen anymore, and they try to take the game to the Oilers? Or do the Oilers press the way Florida did at the start of Game 5? And if the Panthers hold the fort, then all of a sudden we've got a seesaw battle. I don't know. I think this is going to be a test of the will of the Florida Panthers.
Great. Yes. A test of the will and the mental capabilities of both teams. This is tonight a mental battle more than I think a physical battle.
And Florida wants nothing more than to put an end to this series.
Florida
not have to go back.
Exactly.
They're going to play like animals.
Just think of
dogs on a bone.
Think of how mad their wives will be if they don't pull it out tonight.
This is true.
And then
This is true.
and then it'd be another.
I had to
flight
go to
back
Edmonton for no party. Beautiful day out there. They can enjoy it.
You know what? It must be
Splendor of our
funny
city.
for them coming from Florida to come up to Edmonton on a day like today. Beautiful blue Alberta sky.
Yes.
sun and clouds, downtown, trees for as long as you can see.
Yeah.
And they're thinking, what the hell is this? This isn't Edmonton. This is not Edmonton.
Right.
The Edmonton we know in November.
Yeah.
It must be a real, like,
Shell shock?
mind F.
Yeah,
you know?
maybe. Especially for the ones that aren't Canadian.
But to realize how beautiful Edmonton is,
It is really nice.
it is. It's the best city in the
Even
world.
in the winter, but the winter
No.
gets way too cold. I love the
No,
cold.
it's not. It's awful. In
Hey,
the
man, I
winter.
love seasons. Give me all 4 of them.
I'd like another summer. Give me-
Really? Instead
give
of
me-
what?
Give me 2 summers and a spring.
You take winter out?
Just get winter out of here.
Spring is the worst. I don't like
It's
spring.
new life.
Yeah.
It's a sense of
It all
renewal.
smells weird. The worst transition is from winter into spring. And this
I
year,
love it.
there wasn't much. Like, you smell like, it smells like poop. It smells all, that's all.
Where are
life.
you
It's-
going that it smells like poop?
I don't,
You coming
you're
up
just
to my-
walking around,
my
you know,
farm?
like the wet grass, like the mold
It's
or whatever
dead.
is there. It's
Yeah,
just, yeah.
it's
I
dead.
hate that smell. Everything's muddy, mucky. Sure, yeah, it's nice, and then it starts to rain. Life comes up, but fall, like all the colors and everything, just
You don't like that sense of hope? Like, oh,
Well, spring and summer is good
New
because
life.
it's the playoffs. The Oilers are.
you're a different cat, you know?
Hey, I did invite you to my daughter's big birthday bath.
Yeah, I was
and
gonna
thank
ask you
you,
about
Tom, for being the only person to at least remotely react.
Yes.
To my invitation.
It has been put on the schedule.
Has it?
Yeah.
Are you coming?
I'd like to,
It was
yes.
put in my schedule, but I didn't.
You're
bring
coming?
it.
He's a liar.
You don't even have a
I
schedule.
don't lie.
No. No, he doesn't.
When you come out to the birthday extravaganza, you will smell all sorts of poop.
But that's good. Like,
Yeah.
that's money. It's not poop. It's money.
It's horse poop, but
Well, it smells like
actually, you can sell manure. People love it after
What,
it's.
fertilizer?
What's great for your garden? Like for horse manure, you have to take it. EST Farm Report hashtag. You have to take it and get it out of where they live and exist.
Yeah.
And we pile it up, and it has to mature for about a season.
The
And
poop
then-
does.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
because there's a lot of bacterias and stuff in there that's probably not great for your
It
garden.
is legitimately horse garbage and waste.
It is great in the garden.
Okay.
So bring your buckets.
Gotcha.
Bring a 5-gallon pail.
That's a big one.
So I started because it's a pile of poo,
Literally.
and I got it. Like I don't want to. I can only use so much.
Uh-huh.
So I started promoting it and saying, hey, if you come and take it, bring me a case of beer, and I'll load it for you. I have a skid steer and I bucket and I load it in their truck.
Damn.
And the amount of people that reacted to that, and it was like a case race. Like
So you've
who
got
can bring
just-
me the most beer?
Beers galore in your...
You come
farm.
out. You come out and find out, Tom.
I'd love to.
Come and find out.
I would love to.
But it's funny. This one person, she was driving like a little Honda Civic, and she pulls into the yard, and she told me she's coming. I'm like, great, okay. Most people would bring a truck,
Yeah.
usually with a tarp in the bed, and I just dump all the poo in there. Well, she
As one does.
came and she's like, just throw it in the trunk.
Oh.
I'm like, my bucket is like way wider. And she said, don't worry. So I loaded up a dirt bucket and I just poured it into her trunk.
No tarp?
Trust me, I got the beer first on that one.
Okay.
What did she have to say after that?
She was very happy.
Yeah.
She's literally
Detailing her
driving
car.
around in a shit box.
Yes. Yes. And you could say that. It
I
was
have
a
no
Civic.
qualms saying that. Yeah.
It was amazing. But
She's a tough girl, evidently. I mean, that's...
maybe we could open up a side business here at EST. I could just bring in 5-gallon pails of horse poo.
That
And
would-
people could come when they pick up their text of the day. You
Leave
get-
it in Maddie's office.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Matt would
he,
just...
He controls the pricing and the merch.
Matt
and
would
it would
just,
fall under
just
merch and
die.
pricing.
He would not be happy. But it could create like a little kitty for
Yeah, I
all of
guess
Matt's
so.
endeavors.
This is good from Jeff. He says, that wasn't her car. That was her ex-husband's.
Yeah, I don't know whose it was,
Oh.
but yeah, people would come out with 5-gallon pails. Too.
Yeah, I get that
And
because
then-
they don't need like a full
right. Maybe they just have a
pallets
little
worth of
tomato bed in the
horse
front or
manure.
something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. That's funny though.
But it is good.
If it sounds fruitful, especially if you're a fan of beer, which I am.
Yeah, but I was doing a lot. I was loading it for them, and
That is work.
But they were also doing something for me and
Yeah.
getting it,
getting it out of there and giving you beer.
Yeah.
That's a good trade.
Yeah.
Andrea says, summer is the best. I'm with you, Tommy. Give me 2 summers. Solidarity. This one coming in says, the pressure is all on Florida right now. It is on their mind that they could be on their way to the choke of the century and coming into our building, from that texter. And then the texter also adds, the beaches are a modern-day trooper. Every Canadiana event, they seem to be there now. Yeah, they're
like
kind of
the Arkells.
Yeah, I like the Arkells.
No, Tom, I'm wrong. Remember, we did this before.
What?
I like the Arkells too. But who's the other one? Long Live the Night. The CFL song.
Oh, the Rec Laws.
The Rec Laws.
Yeah.
Get them out.
That anthem at the All-Star game was different. I don't mind like the Rec Laws, and I want Canadian artists to like
Who do
reach
they
prominence.
know? Who do they know, and who do they pay to get on so many public
I don't know.
and accessible appearances?
But once you're in, like you're in. Like it's just
they stink.
like you're just not giving
They
them
stink
anything.
more than that Civic.
That Civic was a
The
poop
Civic
box.
was you said
It was a
it,
poop box.
but the Rec Laws, and even our dearest Whale and the Wolf. Like,
I love Will.
let's go on a little side tangent here. Like,
Please, you're a musician.
How does a band like that not? I mean, how are they not on radio? Like,
They are on some stations. You can catch some. I think they're on Sonic. I think the Bear has played them, which is odd because Rymai used to be on the morning show with the Bear.
but like in regular, like I'd
high
rather listen to
rotation.
that than Enter Sandman for the 12th time this week.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
mix it up.
I know in Saskatchewan they're very popular.
Yeah.
I know that they've done a couple of Canadian tours. They did one when they
Well,
released.
yeah. Didn't they sell out the
Envy?
Civic Center there in Saskatoon?
They played the Rush
it
game.
was yes, yeah. But I mean that's just the state of music, though. I mean, I guess it's all Spotify now, isn't it?
Yeah,
Well,
I mean-
Spotify, Apple, like.
I mean, who
they're
listens to the
selling,
radio anyways, Tom?
well,
Yeah, right.
Losers.
not AM, but
I even knew Whale and the Wolf before I was here at EST. I didn't even
Did
know
you
it was
actually?
a house band. Yeah, and then I learned
Yeah.
Eric was related to the
Rymai.
bassist.
and
Lucas.
Lucas. Yeah,
Yeah, I was like, what?
And do you know they all grew up on the same street in Saskatoon?
yep.
I didn't know that.
And then
I actually-
Rymai and I went to college together. We took Nate radio and TV. We took television together.
What a small world.
I know. And then Rymai's wife, Haley, was with us at Nate. Right?
The Rec Laws were on America's Got Talent and
Were
got a
they?
standing ovation from the crowd and judges, including Simon Cowell.
Wow.
That comes in from Chris Hall in the
I
Nasty
did
Chat.
not know that. That's
Wow.
good to know. I had no idea.
Oh.
Maybe
RCN.
I'm biased with what I'm saying. I don't know.
RCN.
Bosky Nasty. Future Hangout guest, by the way.
Who?
RCN.
Oh, okay, cool.
He's going
That'd
to
be
pick
great.
me up on the way in.
Okay, I'm looking
Ross
forward
Creek
to it.
is just east of me.
RCN says, missed you last night, Tom. You saw a pack of reporters come in just before we left. CJ looked like he was a few deep. Yeah, CJ likes to get into it. And then RCN adds, Sam Reinhart's going to have a game tonight. If he does, that's bad news for the Oilers because they've done a good job of mitigating him. I know he had that one goal. He was a game 3. Yeah, it was on game off his stick in game 3. So Edmonton so far has done a good job mitigating Reinhart. Obviously, Kachuk looked dangerous in game 5. If he has a game, that could be deadly. I know him and Bennett were looking good, especially in that third period. Edmonton's got its work cut out for it, but there's a lot of good, positive juju going for the Oilers, and the vibe is good. And you got McDavid doing ridiculously amazing things. And if Draisaitl is motivated to have a good, this is going to be a clash of the Titans tonight, which is going to be fantastic. So looking forward to it. And yes, I was not with the reporters last night. I was invited. Thanks to them. They're great guys. I did not make my way to Kelly's yesterday. I'm sure it was fantastic. Say hi to Pete. Say hi to Stevie. Say hi to Scott. Schmitty works there sometimes. And yes, what were you going to say?
Where is Kelly's?
On 104th Street.
Okay.
on the boardwalk.
down
And say hi to Lyle.
Huh.
And Kim.
Is there still a boardwalk
Jess.
there?
Yeah, there is.
I like that.
Yeah. Apparently it's for girls in heels, it could be pretty.
I'd say it's a
Scary,
accident waiting to happen.
And when it gets wet on the boardwalk, I've slipped on there. It's not the traction goes down.
Can imagine it in heels.
Oh, Reno chiming in. My dad. Hello. Good morning. Says Janmark is going to score another shorty tonight. All right, bold take there by my dad. He's ready to go.
What a
Being
beauty!
back,
What a
back.
poker player too.
Yeah, he's
Tom?
He's officially a World Poker Tour player.
Round of clicks for your
Played
dad.
Round of clicks. Yeah. He made
Hello.
it. One event. He made it. He did it. But
I saw his interview and I was
yeah,
like,
he
oh my
was
god,
excited, yeah.
what a
Saw it.
celeb!
Yeah, he. I'm proud of him. I got
I'm
to
very
root for
proud of
It
him
was
too.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm happy to call him my friend's dad.
You could just call him your friend. He likes you,
I know, I love him.
and he would call you Zachticum.
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes you too. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, I saw him at Hudson's the
Yeah,
other day.
exactly. He said Zachticum left. I'm like,
You do have beautiful parents. You really do.
they're pretty fun. They were
Your mom
hilarious
is a
at
saint.
the game.
Your grandma is even saintlier than your mom.
Yeah.
Remember they came by the place and
that's
did
right.
the thing?
My
Yeah.
grandma. She went back to Poland
Did she?
last week. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, but she's bubbly.
She is.
We got her drunk before she went. back.
Good.
Yeah.
Some Diboja.
Yeah, a lot of that.
Okay,
She's
good.
like, I'm drunk. I'm like,
Your
"Yeah."
parents have a lovely house too, by the looks of it. You shared some pictures of you and the dog, who wouldn't let you go.
Yeah, the dog does it. She's a good dog. We got a good dog.
That's good.
My dad loves that dog. He tries to play tough guy around her, and she'll look at him like, "What are you doing, man?" Like,
Beautiful dog.
best friend. Yeah.
What breed is that?
We were told she's a Cavapooch. She's a rescue though, and she was in a puppy mill.
Good for you.
Yeah, so she
Rescue.
had a few
Good.
little things that she had to get over, and she's still bad in vehicles, but yeah, we're lucky.
Can I tell you a rescue story? 'Cause
Yeah,
we're
please
big
do.
rescue people too. We have-
Rescue's great.
Yeah, we have 2 dogs. We have a Cooper is a corgi, a beautiful little
Those-
corgi.
they're funny
Yeah,
corgis.
they
I
are
like
awesome.
corgis,
You
yeah.
guys, when you come out, you'll get to meet them all. And we have Bingo. He's a Shepherd Collie Cross.
That's a big dog, but a
He's,
nice
he's a
dog.
big boy, but he is beautiful. We went to and I won't say the name of the animal rescue place, but we went and applied to get a dog quite a while ago.
Mm.
And we wanted a bigger breed because, I mean, we're out on an acreage. And
Want
we
to
have-
let that bad boy
and,
run?
You know, I'll be honest, most times they don't want to be inside. They want to be outside. And, you know, we'll let them in if they do, but they're mostly outside dogs. And that was like a check mark against us for adopting a dog.
Nice.
Was that we wanted to keep a large breed animal that is meant to be outside or lives outside. That was said that we're not suitable to be dog owners because we said we're like, well, no, we've got a beautiful dog house. There's straw in it,
Yeah.
and that was actually a negative towards us. Yeah.
Odd.
Meanwhile, we have livestock, ducks, goats, donkeys,
Lots
you
of
name
stuff
it.
to
A whole
Chase.
ecosystem for the dog. to
Manure,
grow, yeah.
and yeah, that we were perceived as not really the best animal owners. True story.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have
I
all
couldn't
these
believe
other
it.
animals, and you have this great the full house. But you can't
Like
have
Cooper the corgi, he's in and out.
Yeah.
He is just
And Bingo's, does he stay outside mostly?
Bingo. He will want like if he's inside, it's great, but he wants to go outside. Like, I mean, when it's winter, I mean, we have a dog door on our garage. It's
Yeah.
a heated garage, so
Yeah.
they can go in there if they have to. But like Bingo is a big dog.
Yeah.
Like he does not like to be inside because there's a lot of hair going on there.
Yeah, that happens. God, I love dogs. They burrow into our hearts and they stay there.
Look, there's Cooper the corgi.
He looks amazing.
He's a beautiful little dog.
I need a dog. I've
And
only
you
ever
gotta
had a
imagine-
cat.
dogs are great, man. They're a lot of work though, but they are fantastic. Anyway, okay, this has been a hangout that's gone all over the place in the best way possible. We started with getting Zachticum's frown upside down, which I think we successfully did. He's smiling, he's profiling, he's in a good mood. Glue Guy had a great day on the course yesterday at the Real Talk Golf Tournament with Ryan Jesperson. Belzy was there, the good folks at Nexar. Damon Bunting was there, who's been a partner from day one here. And then today we were getting ready for the Stanley Cup Final Game 6. Andrew Cogliano retired. We were worried that maybe Dylan Holloway might not be playing tonight. We've quashed that
Threw that out.
idea. He's good to go. Vander Kane apparently game time decision. I
That's
have my
real
doubts.
talk with Tom Gazzola.
I have my doubts. But we do need to end it on this note. It is the Great Outdoors Comedy Festival. We want to give away a VIP table for 4. The Great Outdoors Comedy Festival is coming to Edmonton July 12th to 14th, only a few weeks away. This is crazy. At Kinsman Park, featuring Shane Gillis, Andrew Schultz, Kevin Hart, Bert Kreischer, Whitney Cummings, and more. For tickets, visit www.greatoutdoorscomedyfestival.com and watch for our partners over at Alley Cat to be the exclusive beer sponsor of the event, featuring our very own 6 O'Clocker Lager. Delicious, crushable. It's so good. And the key word that we're asking you to text in, it's going to be keywords today because I feel this is kind of the theme of today's hangout, a nice way to end the week. Text in 780-218-9999. Good vibes. Good vibes.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go with fanny pack.
No, we're better than that.
Good vibes.
Good vibes right now to 780-218-9999. We'll pick one lucky winner to be entered into the draw for the VIP table for 4 to the Great Outdoors Comedy Festival. Good vibes is your key word. Let's keep those good vibes going on a beautiful Friday in Edmonton. And if you're an Oiler fan, hopefully they give you more reason to maintain some good vibes going into what should be a tremendous weekend. That's going to do it for the EST Hangout, brought to you by 2 Hoots. Don't just give a hoot, give 2. For Zachticum and the glue guy, Jay Milne, I'm Tom Gazzola saying thank you for watching and listening. We'll see you later on the Oil Stream. Enjoy the Lock Shop coming up next.
Let's go.
There you go, right in front of the camera.
First-time guest, long-time listener, fan of the original draft commissioner.
Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer. The difference is clear. Matt Iwanek, Tom Gazzola with here. Joining us today,